y'all? It's your boy, Brain Waves. We got to talk about that draft for those 18 to 25, 26 year olds. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I tell you, it's about to get real out here. It's about to get real out here. Now, there's been a lot of talk about the draft on social media. A lot of stuff has been buzzing. You've got a little bit of people saying this, a little bit of people saying that. And we want to talk about all the details and what it might actually mean for those of you that are in this age group or those of you that have children. Maybe it's your nieces and nephews that are in that age group, cousins, whatever akin it is to you, family member wise. Nonetheless, let's get into it. Let's break it down because there's a lot that's happening in this world. And most people are just letting it pass right by them because you're concerned about the celebrity gossip. You're concerned about everything else that's going on. And all these things are distractions from the real issues. You're all wrapped up on who's about to be the president and this and that and what's going on. Make this known. When it comes to this draft, many people right now are saying that, oh, this is under Biden's watch, right? This is all Biden's fault. Biden's currently the president. This is happening under his watch. If we get him out and put Trump in there, all of this will change. I like to beg to differ because you don't hear Trump saying anything else on the contrary. As a matter of fact, you don't hear any of these Republicans saying anything on the contrary. I'm just saying, it's a lot. I don't know what's going on, y'all, with my sound or whatever. Something just funky went on, but y'all know how it goes sometimes you cover these topics. Anyway, there's a lot that's going on, and we're not hearing either side say that they're against it. They want what they want, and if they get what they want, hey, it is what it is. But outside of that, you don't hear either side that are against it. So what I'm saying is that regardless of who's president, it's not like this is about to change. All right. So what I want to go through is we're going to look at some video. I'd like to welcome those of you that are here in the chat. What's up, Maryland Edwards? What's going on, Sharina? I'd like to welcome you all to the chat. And we're going to go ahead and look at some of this video footage because what I want to show y'all is information regarding the draft from the past. This is going to be information from the past several years, and more particularly as it comes to women, because there's already been a system in place to have men register and et cetera, et cetera. That's been in place for I don't know how long, right? But now the big question is women being included into this. This is the big question. And I'm going to get into this and what all of this means in just a second. So let's go ahead and get this other video on the screen. Make sure y'all hit the like button when you come into the building. Sharina said it best. Everyone, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Sharing is free. Subscribing is free. And hitting the like button is free. Y'all want me to talk about these subjects? I need your support. If you don't talk about or you don't do this particular part, rather, then I'm not going to talk about these subjects. Because what it tells me and what you're telling everybody else is you don't want me to talk about it. Y'all don't want me to break it down. You don't want anyone else to hear it, et cetera, et cetera. So if you like me talking about these particular subjects, y'all have to hit the like button. Y'all have to subscribe and y'all have to share. All of these things are free. It's not hitting the PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, Super Chat, none of that stuff. It's literally free to do all of these. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this particular video. All right. Now, there's not really much right now to talk about. It's just that we're going to take a look at this. Matter of fact, let's change it up a little bit. We're going to do it like this. I'm going to run it back. All right, let's go. Now, what I want y'all to see is that this particular video took place like 7 years ago. Okay, this is not a video that is within the recent couple of days or weeks or what have you. This took place 7 years ago. All right. So just keep that in mind. Let's go.
Left arm. Left arm. Exercise begin. Go. One. Go.
So how do you handle a situation like that? Is that what you want to project?
Well, I'm actually currently in the military, and I think a lot of talk right now is how we want equality for women in the military. And, you know, women want to be able to be out in the infantry, to be in spec ops and all that. And I think if they want that, being drafted comes right along with that. If the women can make it at the physical level, that's what they need, because we're not going to leave anyone behind.
I feel like that would be fair, that if women want to join the military, and I feel like there's a lot of women that do and have a lot to offer in the military, that it would be fair if there was a draft for everybody to be drafted. Just allowing women to have the same opportunities as men throughout the military. It's probably necessary to have the sign up for the draft. I don't think it has been necessary to use it, and hopefully it never will be.
I think it'd be too rough for them. And I think it'd be more dead women than it is the dead men, personally. Because, first of all, they got to carry a whole bunch of heavy equipment and stuff. I just don't think we'll be able to handle it.
Now, y'all got to listen real quick, because let me break this down. A lot of you ladies, especially in the 18 to 25, 26-year-old range, y'all got this new mindset. Y'all say the Bible is old and antiquated, it's outdated. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Y'all don't care about marriage. You don't want to have children. You don't care about nothing. So I just want to propose a scenario for you. And you got to stop and think that this probably came up in the whole political discussion about making this a bill or not. You know, in the past, the whole point of the draft and the military was for the men to go out and protect the women. And a lot of this was based off of biblical principles. You know, they say that the United States was founded on God. I like to beg to differ. That's a whole nother conversation. They might use the word God, but what God are we really talking about? Right? Anyway, the point is, it was still more in line with biblical teaching. But now the ladies of today basically do not care about the Bible as a whole. I'm not talking about the exceptions to the rule. I'm not talking about the few statistical scenarios where, okay, they actually follow the Most High. And for you ladies that rock like that and do truly follow the Most High and want to keep His laws, statutes, and commandments, and you a young lady between the ages of 18 and 25, shout out to you. Most women don't care about none of this stuff. So you got to think that this came up in conversations in the political debates. And they're saying, well, hey, these women don't care about having children anymore. They don't care about being around. They just want to do what they want to do. So why not include them into the military? I mean, after all, women also wanted to have equal rights. You heard one of the ladies say this. Y'all want equal rights. Y'all want to be able to do everything as a man is. Y'all walk around like men these days. Ladies be acting like they the men. They looking for a man to date. And I'm not saying ladies can't look for a man to date, but they walking around like they dudes. They making the money. They got all the jobs. They got all the stuff, the cars, the homes, all the scenarios. They calling all the shots. They determine how things go. So how's this liberation and freedom working out for you? I would like to know, especially from the young ladies in this age range, how do y'all feel about being drafted? You being on social media, but you being drafted. You have no training whatsoever, but you being drafted. You not even wanting to go, but you're being drafted. And guess what? The crazy thing about it is some of these women being drafted will have to sit up there and protect men at the same age. Ain't that wild? Ain't that wild? Just think about this for a minute. Some of the ladies that could potentially get drafted could be protecting the same men. So when it used to be the men fighting the wars, now it's going to be the women. But see, this is what women wanted. Y'all didn't want to stay at home. Y'all didn't want to be under our protection. Y'all don't want to listen to us. Y'all don't want to get married. Y'all don't want a man that's going to marry you. Y'all don't want to follow none of this stuff. Y'all say all that stuff is oppressive. Well, welcome to the military draft. Welcome to everything else that's out there in the world. Since you want to have all your freedoms, you're going to get treated just like a man. It ain't going to be no sympathy on the battlefield. They're not going to be like, oh, you a woman. Stop and think now. Think about those of you that know people in the military that are actually out there and they're women. And they're going to be like, oh, she's a woman. She's a woman out there. I feel bad for her. Oh, no. That's off. You're going to look, you want to be a man? You're going to have to take it like a man. It's going to be a whole lot changing. A whole lot changing. Now, I'm going to break down what's going on because there's a lot of confusion behind this. But I need to go ahead and put this scenario out here because it's what's coming. It's coming, y'all. This is something that many people said would be pretty much almost an impossible scenario. And it's literally right here. And we haven't even got started with the new presidential election campaign, really, that's going on. Like whoever's going to be president coming up, we haven't even got going with that. Y'all know it's about to be on and pop. So anyway, let's go. Let's finish this video. We're going to get into some things.
I think that women should be included in the draft because there's no reason why they shouldn't. And I think that if women can be in frontline positions in the military, they should also be able to be included in the draft.
You know, with equal rights comes equal responsibility, and the responsibility of citizenship to serve your country in a national emergency is paramount. I'm not as sure that I think selective service is the right way to do that. I have sons and a daughter. Both my sons were required to register, but my daughter was forbidden from registering. So I would certainly like to see it actually move to be an equal treatment for both of my children. You know, my son shouldn't be obligated where my daughter gets a pass.
This is part of diversity, and the strength of America has always been our diversity. And by limiting the number of people or the types of people who are able to exert themselves as citizens and defending our national security, I think is limiting our potential as a nation. And so I think it's really important that we consider that women have something big to offer.
Okay, so stop and think. This is coming out of a woman's mouth, right? Because it's so easy to say, oh, he's a dude, he's being oppressive, he's being this. Women are saying, a lot of the women that you heard said that they actually agree that, yeah, there should be a draft. They should serve because they want equal rights. And I'm telling you, this is about to change everything. Now, I'm going to play another video and we're going to get into clarification on what's going on. And I got to play this from the perspective of women because what's going to happen is a lot of women are not really thinking about the ramifications of how they want to act like a man and have everything like a man. And what this means. I mean, you got to stop and think. If they don't want to have children anymore, that's what these young women, I'm not talking about you older ladies. I'm not talking about women that's been out here. I'm talking about these young women. You watch the movies, you listen to the music, you go out here and talk to them, you look at them on social media. They don't want to have kids. They don't want to get married and they don't want to have kids. And while I'm on the subject, they don't want to follow nothing that the Bible got to say anyway. So everything is changing. Everything is being undermined. And you know they're going to target particular individuals. I'm going to get to that in a second. But let's listen to this video and we're going to get into some clarification about what this means now. And I'm going to give y'all some more information about what's to come potentially.
Important hypothetical question today on Capitol Hill. If the United States should someday need to resume the military draft, should women be in the mix? Right now, federal law says only men have to register with the Selective Service. All U.S. citizens and immigrant non-citizens between 18 and 25 who were assigned male at birth are required by law to register within 30 days of their 18th birthday. An expert told the House Armed Services Committee today that women should have to register too.
In the event of a draft, the nation must leverage the skills and talents of all Americans, regardless of gender.
And let me remind you all, for those of you that have just joined me, maybe you watching this on a replay. This is the second video that I'm showing you. This video took place 2 years ago. So we had a video previously that I showed you from women speaking on their perspectives on being drafted 7 years ago. And then now we're looking at this video 2 years ago, right? So just think about what they're saying right now. Let's go.
Including women in selective service registration is what the national security interests of the United States demand.
The U.S. has not imposed the draft since 1973, when the Vietnam War was winding down and the nation went to an all-volunteer force.
Man, I don't think y'all understand what time it is. See, a lot of people are like, defund the police, defund the police. Do you understand that a lot of people that are leading protests are in this age range? And they're like, defund the police, because they just want to do prison camps. Yeah, prison camps and all this stuff, right? I know what they're talking about. Yet, you're going to have them defund the police, but then you're going to be sent over there to the military. So what good is it going to do? I'm just saying, these are some realistic things you got to stop and think about. There's no more, oh, I lost my man and I'm a widow. It ain't going to be no sympathy for women now. You're going to be looked at it as a dude. See, everything is flipped. Now the guys are running around here acting like women. And then the women are running around here acting like guys. Somebody could try to correct me if they want. You could be in your feelings about it, but it's facts. Look about everywhere we go. This is the new normal. This is how society is. Growing by the numbers. Right? This is crazy. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to play one more video and then we're going to get into some clarification, because there's a lot of misinformation that's going around on the internet, and I see a lot of people talking about a lot of stuff, but it's not the truth. So what we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to play this video and then we're going to break it down. Let's go.
Automatically registers register men who are between the ages of 18 to 26 for the military draft. This is part of the annual National Defense Authorization Act. As of now, the selective service is already mandatory for men between 18 and 24 years old. There's no military draft in place right now, but Congress and the president can reinstate the draft and force men to serve in the event of a national emergency or war.
Okay, so listen. The president at any time can make men at this time serve in the event of a national emergency, we'll say, and or war. So what war is going on right now that would even require this whole draft talk to even be spoken upon? Can somebody tell me what war is going on that all of a sudden we don't know about? Or is this a war that they are particularly planning out that we don't know about? There's a lot of stuff brewing under the surface, and a lot of y'all are sitting up here thinking that life is just going to remain the same. A lot of people are under the impression that nothing's going to change. We're just, whatever. They're just debating about politics. Yeah, we got this celebrity gossip. I'm going to go about my life. Yeah, money is a little harder to work, but yeah. Okay, keep living in your delusion. And you're going to wake up to the reality that things are crazy out here. I'm telling you, it's about to get real. Let's go.
This hasn't been invoked in more than half a century. Some people on social media appear to have misunderstood this and believe a draft is coming or that they are automatically going into the military.
Now, let me break this down. There is no draft actually happening right now. Like as of today, as of June 18, 2024. Don't get it twisted. Oh, you might be okay today, but we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. See, once they achieve the numbers on their list, selective service, and whatever goals they're trying to do, they can institute anything. Again, it says a national emergency or war. It doesn't have to just be war. It could be a national emergency. So what type of national emergency would they have you signing up to? You don't know what that could be. You can make assumptions today, but you don't know what they can come up with. We already got craziness right here. We got enough drama. Every day you turn around right here, state bound, nationally bound. People dropping like flies. People, y'all know what I'm talking about. People out here just every day, multiple people, right? Why do we even need to leave the country to deal with this? They can send the military in. They can institute martial law. There's a whole lot of things that's going on. Have you involved in things you haven't even dreamed of, things that are straight up out of a movie? See, we only think the draft is related to going out of the country when there's a lot that's already happened within the walls of the country. And I know this is a scenario that no other content creators talked about, because I've listened to a lot of content creators cover this subject here. And they're not bringing up, well, what if there's a national emergency within the country? And what would that type of national emergency look like? Stuff is already crazy now where they already got to bring the military in just to keep peace. We got the migrant situation, folks wilding out. They could vote this law in, change this, change that. People could just have an upheaval. It could be a shortage of this. All of a sudden, they can say this is not available. People go crazy. Next thing you know, they got to bring the military in. Got to be you, recruits. I'm just telling you, it's a lot that people not thinking about. And my name is Brainwaves, and my job is to get you to think about it. If I'm not getting you to think about it, then I'm not living up to my name. I'm not doing my job. Let's finish watching this video because I got a lot more to talk about, and we're going to show y'all.
Yeah, who is it? We're here for the military draft. Draft? That's correct. Oh, you talking about my TikTok draft? My draft? They a little embarrassing. No, young man. You are getting drafted. Oh, the draft? Yeah, it's a little windy in here. You talking about the war? You are going to war. I identify as a war.
And what I want y'all to understand is this video, it might look funny, but this is how the youth is taking this whole draft situation. See, some of y'all are older, right? Just like myself. You know, we quote unquote too old to be drafted, as they say. But these young men and women don't get it. They don't see the ramifications. They too busy trying to be social media stars, living in la la land. And I'm not saying you can't be a social media star. I mean, there's plenty of them out there in this age range. They way bigger than me. I see them. They got millions and millions of followers, subscribers, all that. They making bank. And then guess what? Your favorite 18 to 26-year-old content creator get drafted. Imagine that. Anyway, this is how they taking it. Let's go.
Understood this and believe a draft is coming, or that they are automatically going into the military.
Yeah, who is it? We're here for the military draft. Draft? That's correct. Oh, you talking about my TikTok draft? My draft? They a little embarrassing. No, young man. You are getting drafted. Oh, the draft? Yeah, it's a little windy in here. You talking about the war? You are going to war. I identify as a war.
Let's talk about it on this Social Media Monday. Joining us now, our social media expert, Karen Diamant, and University of Houston downtown professor, Dr. Dietrich von Bietenfeld. So, Karen, I mean, you get videos like that, and then you hear or you see the post that the Congress is drafting people. And it's, in some instances, intentionally misleading people on social media. What have you seen out there?
Oh, man, it is awesome. Just from a social media user's perspective, the TikTokers understood the assignment, and Cardi B called them out. She said, these people don't want to go to war. They're TikTokers, you know? And so they're just putting on their best, doing skits like what we just saw, and in a way, making a little bit of a mockery, right, of the situation.
But those who don't research will believe that.
Correct. And so it's creating a social media war about going to war because of the draft. That the law hasn't really changed. It is just now an automatic enrollment. But, you know, people don't read. People get all up in their social media feelings, and they just go into it with their skits. And that's what I'm seeing. A lot of people just that, you know, are saying, I'm getting drafted. They're doing skits. and people in the comments are going in on them saying, oh, you're a coward, and people don't really want to go to war. And so it's the older generation chiming in on the comments, making fun of them.
They never really considered there is no war for us right now in the United States.
Right.
But see, that's the point that I want to keep reinforcing. There is no war or quote unquote national emergency right now. However, this can change overnight. Okay? Sure, you're okay today. Enjoy your summertime. And then when school gets started, boom, something pop out. It's going to happen. Maybe it won't happen then. Maybe it happen later on towards the holidays. Right? Y'all ready to celebrate these pagan holidays. And then right around that time, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that, end of the year, boom. Next thing you know, there's a draft. It's automatic. It's not, oops, I forgot to register. You don't even have to worry about the fine part. You're going to be automatically registered. This is setting up an automatic system. I don't think y'all understand, like, freedoms are being taken away. Things are quickly leaving us very quickly without you even realizing it. And that's what we have in place here. This is automatic for whatever it is to come down the road. Okay, let's keep going. This is a serious thing. It's not optional. And they're bringing up the talk with women. Now, I'm going to get to all this in just a second.
But Dr. Dietrich von Biedenfeld, let's go over this. What is happening? I can remember when I turned 18 back in slavery days, and I actually had to go to the post office and fill out the form. But now it's much easier, and this will make it even easier for those because you're required. Well, you tell us the law.
Right. Well, you've always been required if you're a male between 18 and 24, 25 between that age range, you could be subject to more than $250,000 in various costs, as well as possible federal incarceration if you didn't fulfill that mandatory requirement. However, now this is going to automate that. So instead of people having to manually do this, it'll reduce the advertising expenses for the Department of Defense, reminding people of this obligation. So it's a little bit more of a streamlined process, or the intention is at least, to not only add an extra year of range and increase some equity, because people have circumvented it. So they're trying to integrate systems to make sure that people, sort of like the IRS, always make sure that they can find you when they want your money.
Right.
See, they can find you, like he said, just like the IRS, when they want their money, they're going to be able to find you when they want to draft you. There's going to be no escaping this. This will be an automatic thing. And again, there's no telling what type of war. You might be required to fight in a war that you just completely do not agree with. And I'm not talking about, oh, we got to defend our borders, defend our nation, yada, yada, yada. They'll use that terminology, but you might be involved in something you have no idea. Again, it's not just war. It says national emergency. So whatever they decide to deem a national emergency, then you might be involved in that. You're going to be involved in the slaughter. I'm just saying, man, this is wild. Like, let's go.
At the end of the day, this is a way for them to say, well, you could be eligible. We haven't had one since '73, but we could make you go to war. Of course, it's Monday, so the only draft I'm worried about is that flying saucer.
And you have a gold plate on the wall. but for those who are wondering, like, the current situation is like you sign up when you're getting your driver's license now. How does that work now versus automatic when you turn 18, you're in the system?
Right. As of now, when you file your voter registration, driver's license, those things, depending on how late you waited to get your license, but your voter registration, as a male, a social security card, things like that, they remind you, and they have to send out mailers, which are expensive. And so they ask you to self-select and remind them. But this system is intended to, again, integrate databases of Social Security Administration, Department of Treasury, and Department of Defense under this Authorization Act to allow you not to even have to think about it, and for them not to think about it when they press that button and say, actually, we do need your military service now. Button pressed, show up.
See, that's what's going to happen. They just going to be like, boom, it's time for you to serve. Now, what I want to do is I want to actually clarify a lot of things, because there's a lot of confusion right now. It's on the internet. Okay. And I deliberately waited 30 minutes in on purpose to talk about this. Okay, now it says the internet confuses people over U.S. military draft change. Here's the truth, and the reason why you've heard them mention this in the videos that I showed you, how people are confused about what's really going on. So we're going to clarify the confusion. All right, this is the bill that you're seeing about them passing it. You know, you can see the yays, the nays. You can see there's more Republicans that are for this. Okay, you can see 211 Republicans said yes to this bill, right? You got 196 Democrats said nay. They're against it. So a lot of y'all there's only 6 Democrats that were actually for this. So when a lot of people think that this draft bill is a Biden bill, it's not. If anything, it's a Trump bill. But y'all go ahead and believe the hype. Y'all believe the laws. Y'all believe the lies out there. Y'all believe the narrative. You know, these Democrats, it's these Democrats that want to send our kills and get our children to slaughter. Okay, but the truth of the matter is 211 Republicans. Only 3 Republicans said no. Right? This was voted in the House. Y'all see it right here on the screen. 211 out of the 214 Republicans that were able to vote. You got no non-voters over here, right? We're not going to count these numbers, right? Because this don't matter right now. It's not that serious. It's not this close of a vote. 211 Republicans said yes. You got 6 Democrats that said yes too, but 196 of the Democrats said no. They were against this. But if you look at the numbers, 217 is greater than 199. 217 yeses, greater than 199 no's. So the Republicans are the reason why this passed. And what y'all got to understand is that y'all vote for your boy Trump 2024 because you focus on a couple of dollars in your pocket. And what's going to happen is your little baby girl, your baby boy, your twins, your triplets, your quadruplets, whatever, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews might not make it back because they might get sent into some national emergency or some automatic war, and your whole family line is deleted. See, what y'all don't understand is they could take out your whole family line. You worried about a little money in your pocket and your whole family line taken out. All them kids you have could get taken out in one go. Y'all gotta really think about this. And the Republicans are behind this. So that means Trump. I don't care what comes out of his mouth. Most of the Republicans, unless he's a non-voter or he's one of these 3 that said nay, he supports all of this. So y'all got to stop and think. Sure, you get a couple of dollars in your pocket. See, that's how what they do is they buy out the folks in the middle age folks and the old folks. They buy them out, keep them happy. And then the young, they just pass laws and change everything. And it's just a trickle down effect. It might affect people in the middle class age is what I'm saying, middle age. And then it might affect the seniors. But I just want y'all to see that this is what's going to go for 2025, regardless of who's president. And most of the Republicans support it. So y'all got to remember this. Let me go on, move on to the article, but I just got to really point this out because I don't think people understand what time it is. Okay. Now it says Congress has not, got all these ads. Anyway, it says Congress, of course, stuff pops up. Anyway, it says Congress has not voted to make U.S. women eligible for conscription. Okay, so let's make sure this is clear. Because you're hearing like, oh, they finna draft your women, they finna draft your men. It ain't done yet, but it's coming up though. Oh, don't think it's not coming up. It's on the table. See, they haven't voted for it yet, but that doesn't mean it's not there. It says, and nor has it resolved to automatically enroll all young American men into the military draft database. It says at least not yet. Okay, now this article is 23 hours ago. Okay, just want y'all to understand. So this was basically on the 17th of June, 2024, just to put a timeline to it. Okay, now what you have is numerous excitable posts on TikTok, Reddit, and X, which is formerly known as Twitter, in the last month have claimed that sweeping reforms to the USA's rarely used draft system are underway. Like we said, we're seeing everybody buzzing on social media talking about the draft. And I need to clarify what's going on today, but I had to elaborate how this could quickly change tomorrow. Don't get it twisted. It says some focus on a bill passed by the U.S. House of Representatives that would enroll young men automatically instead of requiring them to fill out paperwork, while others pointed to a U.S. Senate proposal to enroll women as well. Okay, so this is where we get into talk. We got the bill passed by the House, but the Senate is proposing women. Okay, it hasn't been passed yet. So for all the content creators out here saying that women are included in the draft, that's not true as of the date of June the 17th, June the 18th, 2024. Now, that could very well change and be a fact June the 19th. You know, we don't know what tomorrow is going to play out. But as of right now, that is not the case. It is only on the table. Okay, and I got to clarify this. But however, the fact that it's on the table means that it's going to happen. So let's go ahead and scroll down. All right, it says, but neither of these proposals is a done deal, even though it passed the House. Did it pass the Senate? Is it done? Right? We hear it passing the House and everybody running with it like it's finalized. Now, I'm not saying that it's not going to be finalized. It's highly likely that it will, but as of today, it's not finalized. And I just want to clarify the misconfusion because a lot of these people on social media are putting out like it's a done deal right now, today. It doesn't mean it can't be a done deal tomorrow, but it's not a done deal today. Anyway, the article says, but neither of these proposals is a done deal, and neither provides any evidence that the U.S. is secretly preparing to draft Americans to fight in Ukraine or some other planned future war, as some online commenters have alleged. Now, I'm going to say we don't know that right now. Obviously, since when has the military or the leadership of this country given the people a heads up on what they plan on doing? They generally don't do that, right? We just find out, boom, you got to do this. Same thing work when you're in the military. For those of you that have served in the military, you are in the military, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of stuff you find out right then and there on the spot. You don't find out ahead of time unless you got a high military clearance. You got a high rank position in the military. That's the only time you really know. Anyway, it says last Friday, the Republican-controlled House passed a new version of the National Defense Authorization Act. NDAA is what you're hearing people say, allowing the U.S. government to automatically pull records from other federal databases to enroll men aged 18 through 25 into the draft system. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Through this act, it's going to automatically pull men between the ages of 18 and 25, we're going to even say 26, into things maybe that they don't want to be a part of. They're going to get pulled into a system automatically. There's no longer optional like, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, I don't want to be a part of it. See, back in the day, back in my time, we could choose to not do something, maybe get around. Now they're making this stuff obligatory, right? You got to do it. It says men of that age are already legally required to enroll in the draft system in case they're ever called up on pain of criminal penalties. The new law would make it harder for them to refuse or avoid doing so. See, you used to have some type of loophole. Like if they call for a draft, you were like, oh man, I didn't register. I forgot to do something, whatever. And they would get off on this, right? They'll use a loophole. That's one of the many loopholes. All right. It goes on to say, though, however, this new version of the NDAA also includes controversial partisan provisions, such as restricting abortion or the trans health care for military personnel and their families, meaning it is unlikely to be passed by the Senate. Okay, so just because it got passed by the House doesn't mean that this bill is going to get passed by the Senate. But you got a lot of people on the internet just running off of what they hear, and they're not saying the true facts because people are not really thinking about the full process. I will add on, this is not to say that somehow, some way, they won't stronghold or change things and force it to be passed in the Senate. Because that's how a lot of bills get passed. They take things out. They say, hey, we ain't going to support this. We're not going to do this, or we're going to do this and do that. And they force what they want to become into the law. And remember, this is starting with the Republicans. So for all you Trump supporters, I just want y'all to understand. Y'all got to really think about this. I want y'all to truly think about what time it is. And I'm not saying you should support either one of them, because really, both of these folks are wicked. Republicans and Democrats and Republicans. I've said this a billion times. I'm going to continue to say it. They are the same coin. You just have two sides. You got one side trying to make it look like, okay, like for instance, you got everybody talking about how corrupt the Democrats are. You got them talking about Hunter Biden and Hillary and all the stuff that's been going on for years, right? Talking about Biden and all this stuff, talking about the corruption. Career politicians, right? All over here. This is what all the Democratic talk or accusations have been towards the Democratic Party. So then you got, when we had Trump, when he was in office, when he was president, some of y'all still think he's president right now. That's another conversation for another day. But when he was president, y'all like he drained the swamp. He got in, got rid of these career politicians, got them all out. He making the government a better place. You know, he wasn't a career politician, even though he was a career wealthy man and he ran in them circles. But that's another conversation for another day. Y'all don't want to believe that. Y'all don't want to believe that these billionaires running the circles with all these politicians. They all breaking bread with each other, with Diddy and Weinstein and all these folks. Y'all don't want to believe that. They all breaking bread. Another conversation for another day. So y'all believe that, oh, the Republican Party was great. Trump came in and drained the swamp and got rid of all those people. Yet, all his people have been found guilty. It was a part of his cabinet. His family don't associate with him. Where's his freaking wife? Where's Melania? See, this is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. It doesn't matter what side of the political fence you sit on. If Trump is such a God-fearing, godly man, such a righteous man, and I've done plenty of videos on him, because y'all worship that man. I've never seen so much worship in my life. Y'all worship that man. You wonder why people out here thinking that he the Antichrist. Where is his wife? Where is Melania? Are they even still married? You ain't seen Melania at all. And y'all got to stop and think. When a man is doing something and you don't see his wife around, oh yeah, that ain't never good. That's never good. You don't see his wife around. You don't see his kids around. So what I'm saying is that whether Biden's in office, whether Trump is in office, we're still going to be faced with this situation. But those of you that are 18 to 26, those of you that have children that are 18 to 26 or about to be 18 to 26, I'll say more so on the 18 end. Those of you that got nieces, nephews, your friends, maybe somebody you want to get married to, you like, you want to date, you want to get you a PYT, as Michael Jackson called him, pretty young thing, man or woman, because you know y'all into all this stuff these days. Your lover might just get drafted. So let's get back through the article, man. Y'all just don't understand. Okay, it says one narrowly failed amendment even required the restoral of a Confederate monument in Arlington National Cemetery depicting a stereotypical black mammy, which was taken down in December. Now, let me break this down. Why was that an amendment? Do y'all see what's going on here? They want to bring back everything else. Y'all want to make America great again. Go right ahead. And it's going to come with some consequences. And what y'all got to understand is that what they really want to do is get a lot of black folks drafted. They want to get rid of the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the June Bugs. All these folks out here robbing and stealing and killing, doing all this craziness. They want to get rid of that. All ladies, y'all on the chopping block too. All you 304s running around out here, y'all having all this hot girl summer thinking y'all could pop off at the mouth and do whatever. They most likely gonna see you in the draft too. This is where this is going to. This is a form of population control. This is a double whammy. You risk getting deleted by going into there, and it's mandatory, male or female, because that's where we're going, right? It's not finalized now, but that's where this is going. And then on top of that, you might have to take out some people that are here state bound, country bound. See, everybody thinking this deals with the other nations. They may say it's a national emergency and they're going to need you to delete people here. Have you thought about that? Here you are, got to delete people here within our own walls, potentially. Okay, got to make that clear. And then you risk getting deleted in the same breath. Man, this is wild. Okay, so let's go on. It says, meanwhile, the Senate Armed Forces Committee has introduced its own version of the NDAA, which would make women eligible for the draft. So the Senate Armed Forces Committee already has it in place for women to be eligible for the draft. I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time. Then they'll make that automatic. So when women hit 18, boom, you automatically included into that. I'm telling you, man, you ladies better wake up. Y'all out here partying like you invincible. Keep running around here like you can't be touched. I'm telling you, man, it's many ways. I'm telling you, there's many ways they could do stuff. So anyway, it says groundbreaking as that would be, it's also something that the Senate has repeatedly proposed over the past few years without ever managing to get it passed by both chambers of Congress. And this is what people got to understand. So what? It passed the House. It's got to pass the House and the Senate. You got to pass it with the Republicans and the Democrats and the Republicans. Just because it passes in one don't mean it's going to pass with both. But it's something that's brewing on the table, and at some point in time, they're going to chokehold both political parties and forcing them to get stuff like this passed. And like, well, you're going to have to pass this if you want this and you want that. That's how they get all this stuff passed. And it's still going to come at the expense of something else. Now, it says here, the majority of us would rather die fighting the U.S. government than die in a trench in Ukraine, fighting a rich man's war. That's not a threat. It's a promise. This is what, wait, I'm sorry. I kind of skipped. Let me back up a little bit. My bad. It says many social media posts conflated these two proposals or misstate their details, sometimes making conspiratorial claim. Oh, that's why this thing popped up. Making conspiratorial claims about their significance. It said one person says if the Biden regimen think American citizens are going to comply with a draft and fight in Ukraine, they are mistaken, said one post on X. And like I like to say to this particular content creator on X, they saying it's the Biden regimen. I mean the Biden regime. So if it's the Biden regime who's behind this, then why do we see that it's predominantly Republicans right here that supported this? Can somebody tell me that? Y'all think it's Biden. This is because people are ignorant, not ignorant, they ignorant. Yeah, I said it. What this got to do with Biden when most of the Democrats were against it? 196 said no. They voted nay. But 211 Republicans said yay. But y'all think this got to do with Biden. And what's crazy is it passed in the House, and you dealing with the Republican Party having control, but it didn't even pass in the Senate yet. Man, y'all wake up, man. These people out here crazy, man. They don't even understand how government even works. It says another user on TikTok, because I already read the other one, falsely claimed, as of today, you don't need to worry about registering for the military draft. No, the government is going to do that for you automatically. And again, that's not true. You still got to register because this has not passed yet. This is what's on the table to be passed. And then the person says, my main question is, why would Congress need to pass such a law right now? We're not even at war, right? I mean, ironically, we are at war. It just ain't a war that maybe we want to claim. Yeah, Ryan made a point. He says the draft discussion in 2020 also happened under Trump. So yeah. So y'all go ahead and vote for your boy Trump. Y'all think Trump gonna save America and make everything better? Especially all the blacks for Trump. You know, it's like blacks for Trump. And then some of your own Pookies and Ray Rays and LaQuishas might be the main ones that be on the chopping block. Y'all need to wake up, man. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to explain how the whole party is just crazy. So it just goes on to say, let's state this fact. The U.S. has not used military conscription since the Vietnam War, when it became a flashpoint for anti-war and anti-imperialist protests. It was mostly famously used during the Second World War, when more than 10 million men were drafted into the military between 1940 and 1946. So this is potentially coming back around again. Another article, because we got to clarify all the misinformation going around, because you got a lot of content creators out here that don't take the time to research this, and they're saying that this is implemented today. This has not been implemented today, but if we don't do nothing about it, it will be implemented. It already passed the House. So now it's up to the Democrats. It's got to go to the Senate. And then even that, the president got to sign off on it. Then y'all can throw Joe Biden's name under the bus about this particular thing. I'm just telling you, man, this is crazy. Trump is behind this just as much as Biden. Like, if this moves forward, let me tell you something. Trump is like, the whole Republican Party is behind Trump. So Trump is for this draft. And then if Biden sign off of it, he can't turn around and be like, no, I'm not for it. Your whole political party was for this. Him included. I haven't seen any video footage of Trump coming out saying, I'm against the draft, or them reinstating any version of that. If anything, he's going to be for the draft and have all of y'all go up to get deleted. Take out a lot of family lines. Take out your family name if y'all even care about that. I'm telling you, man, this is crazy. Because he'll want to make our country stronger. We need our borders stronger. We need to be stronger. And many are going to be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're going to be right into stupidity. I'm telling you. Let me go through this real quick, man. You see right here, it says it does not mean, and this was updated as of today, June 18th. It does not mean you're getting called up to serve into the military next week. But like I said, there's something that's brewing down the road. There's a lot of stuff that's brewing down the road. Okay? It says on June 14th, the House of Representatives passed H.R. 8070, the National Defense Authorization Act for 2025. It says a version of the bill gets passed every year. Now, this is something y'all got to understand. A version of this bill gets passed every year. So it's not like this particular bill is just some brand spanking new bill that we never dealt with. This has always been on the table. And I got to clarify that, because a lot of misinformed people think that this is just something completely new and random coming out of nowhere. They've been working on this thing for years. Do y'all see what's highlighted on the screen? A version of the bill gets passed every year. Let that sink in. Why does that get passed every year? Because every year the U.S. military needs a budget and Congress has to write the check. So if Congress is writing the check, there's going to be things they want. The difference this time, it says, but in this proposed version of the bill, one particular item stood out to a lot of people online. The bill would automatically register all males between the ages of 18 to 26 in the selective service system, or in more common terms, the draft. Now, I know I mentioned about the proposed bill with the armed forces that they have women included. Okay, y'all see this? And here's the irony of it. It says foreigners will be excluded from this obligation. So guess what? To all the foreigners that live here in this country, y'all got to see, Man, let me come on camera real quick. I don't think y'all understand what this means. Like all the foreigners that are in this country right now, they can still sit up here and do everything that's in that age. They can have their kids, they can procreate, they ain't gotta worry about their men, their women. Their kids are gonna be able to run around. But guess what it means for all of y'all that's talking about America and Trump 2024. I'm a natural born American. Your uninformed behind can have your children deleted. But all the immigrants will still be right here. Y'all see that? Y'all got to stop and think. All the immigrants are good. They're going to be able to set up shop. Y'all already concerned now. All these migrants are here. They're taking our money, taking our jobs, taking all of this, taking that. They're squatting in our houses, taking over this, taking over that. All of them going to be protected. Just like these squatter laws are protecting them. Just like a lot of this stuff is keeping them protected. Because they're protected for a reason. There's a particular goal that's going on here. And all y'all red bone, black bone, green bone, yellow bone, diehard Americans, we all stand to get our youngins deleted, our family names deleted. I'm just breaking this down. This is a hard pill to swallow, but it's a fact. Look at this right here. It says foreigners will be excluded from this obligation. What do you think that means? It's what I just got finished saying. Okay? Foreigners. All you're going to see is faces just like us. White faces and black faces. A lot of the folks that are of the other nations, you're not going to see their faces in this draft. They're going to be sitting right here being protected by us while our own children are the ones that risk getting knocked off. Now, register for the draft isn't the same thing as getting drafted, but however, like I said, they can implement something. Obviously, it says once you turn 26, you can be out, you're out of the draft. This is crazy, man. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of stuff. See, remember after the military became volunteer only back in 1973? They said that the draft was probably not going to be used again. But what y'all don't understand is right now, the numbers are down. Okay, look at the numbers. The U.S. military struggles to recruit, right? It says here in 2023, the Department of Defense missed recruiting goals by 41,000. Here in 2024, projected smallest active duty force since 1940. Man, this is wild. So they got to find some way to get people in the military. Seems like a draft would be a good fix to that. I'm just telling you, man. These are these tough discussions that a lot of people don't want to just not thinking about. Right now, the draft is not official. Okay, this bill still has to go through the Senate. There's a version of the bill that gets passed every year, again, because Congress has to fund the military budget. So don't think this just came completely out of left field. It's just that now people are paying attention to politics because they paying attention to Trump and Biden and Trump. So they're aware of some political things that people thought was boring. Like I said, a lot of y'all don't even get involved on the local level. Like, I just went, I got my sticker. Y'all want to see what this sticker says? Yeah, I was involved on the local level. Okay, I went to vote on the local level. Many of y'all don't even get involved with the local level. Y'all only care about the presidents. But y'all want to pop off at the mouth like you so involved in politics all of a sudden. Man, get out of here. Y'all don't even vote on the local level. How many of y'all actually went out to vote for your CEO or your judges and all these people that are at a local level? Y'all don't even go out and do that. All these people on social media popping off at the mouth, I bet none of them even bother to go vote locally, but yet they care about this law and this bill. See, you can't be a hypocrite. This is the irony of it. You got a lot of hypocrites out here. They all of a sudden want to care about politics. Now you want to care about bills, but you weren't around for your local officials. You didn't care about either supporting or not supporting your local officials. You just allowed them to get up in office. And then they're going to go on behalf of you and say, on behalf of my delegates, on behalf of my delegates, girl. They're going to come up in there and cast a vote for you like you actually care about this. And then you just want to put it on the president. Like the president, the only one going around here voting. See, like people, man, y'all, that's a whole nother conversation. Don't even get me started. I showed you my sticker because I get involved on the local level. You see what I'm saying? I'm concerned about what's happening in my community because regardless of who's president or who's not, I need to be concerned what's happening in my community. Right? I ain't gonna make it to outside of my community if I'm not concerned what's happening in my community. Most people are hypocrites. They don't even bother locally. I guarantee you, man, the number of voter turnout locally on smaller stuff, which is actually bigger stuff, is, man, I don't even want to get into that conversation. It's just so many people are hypocrites. But hey, I broke it down. This is signs of the times. A lot more stuff is coming. If y'all thinking about these particular bills, these are only some of the many bills that are coming. There's about to be a lot of bills coming. There's about to be a lot of things that are going to be taking place in our society, regardless of who's president. Y'all really think the president got all the power and only sit there and just do this and do that? The wicked rulers in high places are the ones with the power, but y'all don't want to talk about that because y'all don't believe in God. Y'all don't believe in the Bible. So obviously y'all don't believe that nobody's wicked and evil. Yet you wonder why all this wicked and evil stuff running around today. I'm telling you, man, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time talking about this. Y'all ain't serious. Y'all not gonna share this video. Y'all just gonna sit back and watch it pass and then bitch and complain about it. My nephew, my niece, my daughter, my daughters, my son, my sons. And keep in mind, the draft has always been in place for men between 18 and 26. That ain't never changed. When you really think about it, what has really changed? So now, instead of you being required to register, right? When you get your driver's license or all this other stuff, half these kids don't drive now. But the point I'm making is when you're required to do this by law, you could suffer up to a $250,000 fine. It's a felony. We ain't talking about no misdemeanor. It's a felony. If you don't register with Selective Service and you a man between 18 and 25 at the very least, 26 will cut you some slack because you be like, okay, boom, I'm out. 26, I'm out. You don't do that, you could pay $250,000 and it's a felony. How you gonna get a job? How you gonna do anything? This has always been in place. At any time, they always could have recruited our men. Always. So I don't know why people get surprised about it just because now it's an automated process. A lot of stuff is automated. You don't have to go to the DMV to get your license renewed. It's automated. You don't have to go to the post office to get your passports anymore, especially in terms of it being renewed. Not the first time, but renewals. It's automated. A lot of stuff is automated. Your tags. Those of you that live in states, a lot of stuff is automated. I really don't understand why people acting so surprised. If they want to do something, they can do something at any time. If anything, you might need to be concerned about women getting added into the list. Because who's going to be around to care for the children? What if you're 18 to 26 and you got a child together and both of y'all get recruited? Who the hell going to watch the kids then? See what I'm saying? This is crazy, man. We up a creek as a whole with a lot of stuff. Y'all need to get involved. If you're going to get involved and care about politics, you need to care on a local level. All people care about is the darn president. The president ain't got that much power. Y'all really think the president got all this power in the world? Man, y'all just don't understand, man. We're sadly mistaken. The one who tells the president what to do is the one that has the power. The wicked ruler in high places. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They want to destroy us. You ladies don't want family net anymore. You don't want to get married. You don't want to have kids. You'll get knocked up by a dude that makes 6 figures or more. But you don't want to get married. Y'all don't want to have kids. Y'all don't want to submit. Y'all detest the word submit. Y'all see that in the Bible and y'all run. That's why y'all don't even follow the damn Bible. It's crazy, man. This is literally crazy. Dudes done gave up on y'all. And you know this happens in our community. Primarily. I mean, this is happening in all communities around the world. Don't get it twisted. It's in all ethnicities. But this is primarily happening in the black community. The so-called, because it ain't no black community. Because folks don't even be up on the community tip. When you see the black community, all you see is tearing down. You see the other ethnicities setting up shop and opening up businesses in our community, and we don't even support our community. Just like y'all don't share the video, right? I know I would get a lot more responses even from the haters. I don't even get the trolls. Y'all don't share my videos. I look at the analytics. I'm not stupid. Y'all don't be sharing my videos. Y'all don't post them around, but y'all post all the stuff about all these other celebrities and all this other things going on. Free to share, free to like, free to subscribe. It's crazy, man. We just completely having everything snatched from us. That's all this law means. Now, it being an automated process for our young adults to register, even maybe our women, at some point in time, if they pass this, we're losing the freedom to make a choice. Now we're being forced. This is just one of the things. We're being forced across the board. When we operate on these social media platforms, we're forced to do things. As a content creator, I can't say and show and do the things that I would love to say and show and do. And I'm not even talking about just on this channel. I got other channels. Same thing. Same old beat, same old flows, same old streets, same old roads, same old speech, same old shows. Everybody sound the same. Look around, it's nothing changed. Like I said on my Mind Slavery song. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. I'm telling you, man. They got us, man, I'm telling you, they got us in mind slavery. They got us in mind slavery. I'm telling you, man. Let me let this rock real quick.
Monkey see and monkey do, that's how they do me and do you. Our minds are blind, ain't got no clue with no eyesight. How you supposed to get through the brain? Yo, I ain't no slave. Don't you see I'm getting paid? Pushing whips like Escalades. Don't you see the spinning blades? See, that's what I'm talking about. The box you ever think outside while you riding, bling and shining. You think I'm lying while you crying deep inside. I thought you riding while you ain't smiling. Oh, now but wildin'. While you getting violent, here comes the riots, cause bullets flying. On the ground, somebody's lying. Post beat is slow, they die. A few seconds later, it's silent. Break the quiet, hear the sirens, facing like you might be frying. Just because your anger rises, drop the heat just like a diet. Take a sample, won't you try? I ain't brain, but what if I don't lose weight? Why you gotta question what I say? Whatever happens to good faith? Have I ever led you astray? Nah, dog, I guess you're right. You stay here to help me fight. In the darkness, you my light. Out the trap and now I'm tied. They got us in my slavery. We thugging for our bravery. Chasing for cheese and living for things. We all the same. We ain't unique. We stuck up in the same old cage. Same old books, same old pace. Tired of games, let's make a change. Stand up, be strong, let freedom reign. They got us in my slavery. We thugging for our bravery. Chasing for cheese and living for things. We all the same. We ain't unique. We stuck up in the same old case. Same old books, same old pace. Tired of games, let's make a change. Stand up, be strong, let freedom reign. follow the leader, it's how it goes. Same old streets, same old roads, same old beats, same old flows, same old speeches, same old shows. Everybody sounds the same. Look around and pick their game. Time has passed, but nothing's changed. Yeah, everybody's spitting flames. I wonder when they change the rules. Is it the thunder for the gun they use, or dance instructors busting moves? No, who's got the biggest juice? So lyrically, it doesn't matter. Just as long as your pockets are fatter. Draw your gun out the holster faster and watch your money stack up. I'm busting out in laughter, cause lyrically I'm a master. Punchline crashes with legal disaster. Finish line, I can pass up. My mind was slave, has now broke free. Return to hip-hop's mother tree to show you how it's supposed to be. Unique with creativity. They got us in my slavery. We thugging for our bravery. Chasing for cheese and living for things. We all the same. Ain't unique. We stuck up in the same old case. Same old book, same old pace. Tired of games, let's make a change. Stand up, be strong, let freedom reign. They got us in my slavery. We thugging for our bravery. Chasing for cheese and living for things. We all the same. We ain't unique. We stuck up in the same old case. Same old book, same old pace. Tired of games, let's make a change. Stand up, be strong, let freedom reign. How many people?
That's all I'm gonna give y'all. All y'all gotta do is go to brainwavestruth.com. Like I said, I got tons of stuff. That's from my hip hop stimulus package. I got this on iTunes. You know what I'm saying? There it is, my slavery right there. Y'all can go on iTunes or Apple Music, whatever you want to call it. Just type in my name, Brainwaves. I'm on there. I be doing a whole lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull up this particular album real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this on the camera to see how I think I'm playing. Right? Y'all can go to Apple Music, you know what I'm saying? You see my name, Brainwaves, I'm on there, right? The hip hop stimulus package. This one right here. You know what I'm saying? Click on that, boom, it's on there. What up, Sean the Navigator? I put you on the screen because I saw you, homie. I'm glad you came through, man. Shout out to Sean the Navigator. Sean the Navigator is one of the realest dudes you will ever come across. So y'all definitely salute him and support him. Let me get to this comment real quick. Sharina says, totally unrelated, but the bass goes hard. Yeah, that bass line be dropping. But yeah, Sean the Navigator, y'all support him. He's been like just true supporter of what we all do, us men. And I'm gonna say for the women that are out there as well, the women in the truth. Sean the Navigator, you'll definitely find him on Ringo TV Reactions. Shout out to Ringo. He knows who I am. I know who he is, and we are collectively doing our thing. And we couldn't do it without amazing people like Sean the Navigator. So just the fact that he's here, man, salute. I appreciate you, fam. You didn't even have to come through. Man, that just means a lot. That just hit home. Like, I'm a humble type of dude, and I just be appreciative when folks just come through. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have to come through. They don't have to take that time out of the day. So I really do appreciate it. He says, appreciate that, homie. That song is dope as well. Appreciate it, fam. Like, I've had this song out for a while. It was called the Hip Hop Stimulus Package because that was when we had President Obama and he was in office and he was talking about he was doing a stimulus package. Y'all remember the economy was crazy and all that stuff. So Obama was like, I'm doing a stimulus package. So, you know, I did an album at that time called the Hip Hop Stimulus Package because at that particular point in time, like a lot of people, when it came to rap, hip hop, folks wasn't like they weren't really breaking it down lyrically. They was doing dance music at that time. That's when the whole stuff was, you know. That's when all of that was a big thing. That's when it really exploded. So it wasn't the like lyrical content. You know, this day and age, I don't know what we got going on, but man, I just want to that's what's up. That's what's up, man. It's a community effort, and I appreciate all of y'all, man. Like, shout out to Los Revolutionary too. Los Revolutionary, y'all have seen, man, Revolutionary be getting around, like supporting us all. And this is why we're able to do what we do. I gotta just remind y'all, I don't think y'all understand. Y'all know the stuff I used to talk about. I used to talk about that tarot, that astrology, all that spiritual stuff, that new age stuff, right? When I was doing that, subscribers galore. I had videos that had hundreds of thousands of views, like multiple videos, easily. couple 100,000 views here, there. I take all that stuff down. I had to get rid of all of that because I ain't about that life no more. You know what I'm saying? I repented from that. I've done videos on it. I've called other people in that lifestyle to repent. I put it out there. I've exposed how a lot of people take biblical talking points. This is a point that New Breed brings up a lot. Like, shout out again to New Breed. He knows who I am. I know who he is. New Breed of New Breed Global Truth, New Breed Universal Entertainment. Those are his 2 channels. It's all on my featured channel list. He talked about chosen ones, right? Chosen ones was a term that is reserved for the true biblical Israelites, right? These are for believers of the Most High. And then you had these new age warlocks and witches, chosen ones, going out spreading all this stuff. And then everybody else go eat it up because they under the spell and under the illusion. And then when they got called out with it, all of a sudden they stopped using it. When New Breed called them out, Ringo called them out, I called them out too, they stopped doing it. So it does take a community. And again, I'm doing this post because we all know or either have children that are 18 to 25. I'm gonna at least do that age. Maybe we want to date somebody, wife somebody up, husband somebody up. Maybe we got a baby mama, baby daddy that's in this age range. They all could potentially get drafted, right? It's just people are becoming more aware of the wickedness of society, of this beast system. This is all Book of Revelation stuff. There's a reason why the military is said that the Antichrist is going to wield a lot of military power. Okay, we seeing a potential of that right now. You get the youngest, you get the brightest. You know, these are usually people that are in their best condition. However, I like to beg to differ because a lot of these youth now, I mean, even teenagers, they're supposed to be in the best condition, yet they don't eat right, they don't exercise, they don't take care of their health. So when it comes physically to sports, because you know I'm involved in sports, I help coach sports, I do a lot of stuff. I told you I'm out here in these streets. I'm out here literally in the community. I'm not just sitting behind a computer, behind the screen, behind the phone. I'm literally out in the community. Ask about me in these streets. That's why these other content creators that be talking that smack can't come for me. Because if they check my background and check my resume, oh, Brainwave's actually out there in the streets. Brainwave's actually out there. He actually makes a difference in these schools. He actually makes a difference with these sports teams. He actually makes a difference with the children and these adults in these communities. Like I've been involved in so many organizations and groups. It's just crazy. Like I said, get involved at the local level while you're worried about the national level. You need to start small. Let your cup run over, like the biblical principle. Like I said, I went to go vote today because I give a damn about what takes place locally. And I understand about the whole selected and elected conversations. We usually apply that to the presidential candidates. But do you think about locally? No, y'all ain't getting out voting locally. And then again, like I said earlier, those same delegates are going to go into the office and vote yay or nay for things you want, maybe, and things that you don't want. But you don't get involved, so you don't care. You don't care about your community. Usually when I see people in their community, they usually vacate the community or they play a game of, you know, gentrification and all these quote unquote, it's not complicated, but they try to use big words and make it seem like they're smart. Where they say, hey, we're going to take our community and actually migrate over here. We're going to force them out so we have a spot to migrate in. Then we're going to bring our resources and flip the script, raise everything up, raise property values, and make it impossible for them to come back in when they figure out what's going on. Or they're going to make it harder for you to exist in their current community and they'll just kick you out. That's what they allow them to do. So it's a lot going on, and I just need to talk about it because we all, again, potentially will have nieces, nephews. It could be our neighbors, friends, other family members, and they're of this age, and they can be recruited in this draft, and they could be potentially deleted. And like I said, the draft is not just for war; it's for national emergency. Think about how many times they call it a national emergency with these storms and all the stuff that's going on. We got the migrant crisis and all types of other things brewing. We got political unrest. We're the divided states of America. It ain't the United States. We're divided. Folks be like, oh, you a Democrat. Ah, you a Republican. Ah, it's like it's crazy. It's wild. Look, Sean the Navigator, this is what I'm talking about. Look at what he just said, man. He said, my nieces are 23 and 19. Y'all, I don't think y'all understand the reality of this. What happens if Sean the Navigator's nieces have to participate in some crazy ass war that we don't even know about? He got two nieces that are of that age, and he also said he has a nephew that's 20 years old. So potentially Sean the Navigator, and God forbid, this is the last thing I want, but this is the reality of what we're dealing with. He could have all three of them participate in some war. Could be a war that is turned back around to delete us. Could be a war to delete us righteous ones. It literally could be that. You don't know what this national emergency or a war is about. Right now, we already at war. And I'm not talking about Ukraine and Gaza and all that stuff. Yeah, that too. But what I'm talking about is we're at war. Our freedoms are being stripped away from us. I still haven't talked about this one of these movie reviews, right? I'm gonna start doing these movie reviews. I know I said it yesterday, that I was going to do it this morning, but I had some things that I needed to take care of. And I wanted to talk about this first because everybody's buzzing about it. And I wanted to clear up the misinformation. A lot of this is happening because many of you don't get involved at the local level. You say it doesn't make any sense. It makes a difference. So again, we have delegates that support all of these things. It's also part of the book of Revelation, and it's prophetic. It's going to get worse. It's just going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. This is why we talk about unlimited potential farms in the land. And I'm going to put the video out. You're going to see the video come out between either tonight, tomorrow, probably put it out tonight, where I'm going to show you the ad. This is why we talk about unlimited potential farms in North Carolina, right? Okay. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and show y'all this. Now you come here, everything has changed. I'm gonna go back. I think it's a good time to show you. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me check something, make sure I can have the audio. All right, bet. So I'm gonna go ahead and full screen this real quick for those of you that are still here. And I'm gonna push the ad. My bad, wrong video. Let's do this real quick. All right. Check this out. This is what we got coming July 19th and the 20th.
Let's get it. What's up this summer? Let's get it poppin'. We're having a Jamboree Jubilee at UP Farms. Come hang out with us at Unlimited Potential Farms, nestled on 100 acres in North Carolina, hosted by New Breed Global Truth. Let's jam for a good cause. Pack your bags, bring your tents and sleeping bags to enjoy a 3-day and 2-night off-grid camping adventure. Building, family fun, vendors, food and beverage, music and entertainment, outdoor activities on the beautiful 110 acres of land at Unlimited Potential Farms. Just 1 hour drive from sunny Myrtle Beach Airport. All proceeds go towards the efforts and progress of UP Farms. Jamboree Jubilee at UP Farms. Now that's what's up. Visit newbreed.love for tickets and information. What's up this summer?
I mean, it's kind of, I might let it wrap. Let me see if I can get it off the audio. There we go. Just let it rock. But this is why we do these things. Because we're trying to build our own nation so that we can escape all of this. Right? We got to get out of this beast system. This beast system will continue to deteriorate until you become a beast yourself to survive in it, or you set apart. And that's what we're doing. This is an event of like-minded individuals You're going to be able to network with other folks who believe in the Most High, business wise, fun. Some of you are going to find husbands, wives, all types of things. This is a opportunity for you to actually see the land. You can live here. You can have your businesses here. Even if you're not in North Carolina, you can still have your businesses there. You can partner with other people and be making money, and you still where you at. I'm telling you, man, it's a wonderful opportunity. And I really hope that a lot of you will be a part of it. I'm going to push this, but this is why we are talking about these things. I'll do a whole separate video and live stream just about this. What's up? Chasing Tail Outdoors says it may not make science, or I guess maybe make sense. Either way, science or sense, it still applies, but it has to be done before they take your rights. Yeah. Oh, sense. Okay, got it. Chasing said sense. Got it. Yeah. Sean the Navigator's right. It's the new Civil War. All this stuff. Look, the head ninja says the same thing. Look, my niece is in that bracket. What if they change the laws? What if whether it's under Biden or Trump, either one, and then it just changes radically? Like, we don't know what's gonna happen, man. I'm just bringing awareness about it and how we need to make moves accordingly. Other people, look, you got people right, they do things, and we need to support each other. Right here. This is why, us as content creators, we talk about the support. Because if we don't get the support, then we can't get the voice out there. We can't get information out to you all. Not everyone is in a position to be able to cover this. A lot of people, for being a content creator, you know what I'm saying? They don't have time to record music, do things. There's a lot that I do. I'm a rapper, songwriter, producer. I've been doing this for a long time. Acting, businessman, gamer, tech reviewer. I calibrate TVs. That means make them look better than the way you get it from the factory. You can always make it look better. Make things be more accurate to creators' intent. I got a whole nother channel just based upon that. There's a lot of stuff that I do. And then I'm still involved in the community. And I'm a husband and a father and all this stuff. It's crazy. So, I mean, y'all, I know about this stuff. My dad's a retired lieutenant colonel in the Army. Like, I know about how this stuff works. I got military people all around me. I know people that's been in, been out. Trust me, I know how this stuff works, man. All branches, not just the Army, all branches. I almost was active duty myself. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. I ain't gonna give you a whole lot about my background, but just know your boy ain't no slouch. I ain't no fool. I got a lot of stuff with my background, and it's a lot of stuff that I do to this day to make sure I keep people safe. So I just want to bring this up. I want us to really think about what's going on. I'm going to be talking about these movies that they are strategically allowing to hit these platforms at these particular times because they're allowing certain things to come to pass, just like this whole draft conversation. Why is it taking place now? Because they're setting things up strategically for things to come to pass. We might not think about it now. It could be a year from now. It could be 2 years from now. But all we know is that something's brewing. They're voting for these things for a reason. They want to put all their elements in place. When they get all their elements in place, boom, it's game time. See, they're not moving right now because all the elements not in place. When they got everything in place, boom, it's game time. We already at war, man. It's like chess. Many of y'all probably never played chess or checkers before. So you don't understand that strategy. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But this is why we're doing stuff like Unlimited Potential Farms. Like I said, I'm going to do a whole stream on this. I'm going to push it. I'm going to get a lot of stuff out because it's July 19th and 20th. And if you're thinking about being here, like, you really need to do it. You need to think about getting your tickets. There's a lot of ways you'll be able to pay for your tickets. You can get stuff that's packaged and it'll include your tent or whatever. There's people that are carpooling. Maybe you want to make stuff happen with them. Maybe you know somebody in North Carolina, for all I know. Maybe you could go stay with them and then and bring them to the land if they legit now. You know what I'm saying? If they cool, we're gonna have armed security and all. But I'm just saying, this is an opportunity for all of us to connect. I'm gonna be there. Y'all gonna get to meet me. You'll get a chance to get to meet New Breed. Most likely, Ringo's probably gonna step in the building. It's gonna be other artists, content creators. I'm gonna talk about all this. So y'all really need to think about this because things are happening very quickly and it's going to impact us all. Like I said, the seniors, the old folks, they done. They look at the seniors as that they old, they're going to die off anyway. They're not a threat to all these changes. They'll just keep feeding them, keep them happy, keep their benefits coming, keep their social security coming. You got all the seniors happy. But when it comes to the youth, they're the biggest threat. So they got to find a way to manipulate and control the youth. With that being said, I'm about to get out of here. I got a business meeting to get to that's related to all this. I got stuff to handle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a very strategic and instrumental part in making sure that this event happens for you all. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get ready for that. I got some other stuff to do. And expect me to do the movie review. I got several of them I've been itching to do for a long time, but it's one in particular that I want to do, and I'm gonna segue into stuff, and I'm probably gonna end up making these movie reviews members only. All right. Remember, I've been saying this. Most likely, I'm gonna have the movies out, and I'm gonna switch them to members only, and we're gonna break this thing down like a pound. You want to see the best breakdowns? Ringo got the best reactions. I got the best information. Okay. I'm going to bring you the best information on how it applies to current life, exposing the truth. What does this really mean? I'm going to break it down like a pound. And I got several other movies. And depending on how it goes, if y'all like it, hey, it's something I may start continuing to do. But it's up to y'all to hit the like button and share and get it out and let people know that that's what I'm doing. Otherwise, if I don't get a good reaction, I'm not going to waste my time. It's free to like, free to subscribe, and free to share. I didn't mention the PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, but that's out there too. And I appreciate your support. As a reminder, I'm a life coach. Business, love, spiritual, you name it, I do it. Video chat, video recordings, phone conversations, and in person. Right? Go to Brainwaves Truth. It's all linked in the description box. I can help you, your family members, everybody. A lot of people struggling in different areas. They're looking for biblical guidance. They're looking for godly counsel. Not somebody that's going to spread their gossip. Not somebody that's going to steer them wrong. That's why I come into play. A lot of the other content creators that y'all watch and listen to, a lot of them have been a client of mine. This is I don't have time to get into it, but I've done this for thousands of people globally. So don't forget about that. But with that being said, I'm about to get out of here. Like I said, I got a meeting to attend that's related to this land event that y'all seeing on the screen. So God bless y'all. I appreciate everybody coming in here. I appreciate Sean the Navigator. You know what I'm saying? He holding it down. I've done some ROTC as well. I'm telling you, man, you don't want to go to war with a soldier. I'm just ready to protect what I got to protect and protect my own and those that I love. That's what I'm ready to throw down with. That's what I got to protect. So with that being said, love y'all. God bless y'all. I appreciate y'all. Sean the Navigator, bam. As a matter of fact, let me make you a mod, Sean. Give me 1 second. Let me make you a moderator. See if I can do this. Bet. Check your status, Sean the Navigator. You should be a moderator now. You are definitely a moderator. And you could toss a hater out, whatever you need to do. I appreciate you gracing my platform. Man, what a blessing. what a blessing to just have just such an awesome man come up in the building, man. I appreciate it. All of y'all are awesome, man. This is real deal. This is real deal. This is what it's about. These personal relationships. This is the only way we're gonna make it. Everything is set up to make us anti-personal. They want us to be on social media. Nobody like when you text instead of calling, you don't hear the inflection in people's voices. You don't understand what they're really saying and what's going on. We don't meet in person. Everything is set and it has its place and its convenience. Don't get me wrong, but like everything is set up for us to not be interpersonal. It has us set up to be separate. And we got to remember, man, at the end of the day, we all we got. As this stuff start rolling out, we all we got. I mean, who else you gonna rock with, or who else you gonna trust when the crap hit the fan? Isn't it better to trust somebody you even remotely know, or you got some type of dealings with? Yeah, I know Sean. I know Golden. Yeah, I know the ladies that pop up here in my chat. Yeah, I know them. I know Serena. I know the head ninja. Yeah, I know. I bet. Yeah, let's make this thing happen. Versus some stranger that might be a traitor, might be setting you up, might rat you out. Man, it's a whole nother conversation for another day. With that being said, let me get to this meeting. I appreciate y'all. God bless y'all. I really hope y'all heed the words that I've been saying. And y'all please share this and let me do the heavy lifting with other people, your friends, your family, people in your communities. Let them come curse me out. Let them come troll me. I can handle that. I'm a content creator, amongst other things. So let me deal with them. Let me win them over to the Lord, quote unquote. I'm not saying you can't do it on your own. You want to have those conversations, more power to you. But let me bear the burden of truth. And you just planted the seed by sharing my content. And I appreciate y'all for y'all. And may y'all be blessed for it. And for everybody hitting the PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, booking your appointments, may you be blessed too in these crazy times that we in. With that being said, love y'all. God bless y'all.